Skies are going to be mostly cloudy throughout the day today. Temperatures, though, actually very comfortable, warming up into the middle 60s. We'll have winds out of the northeast, light as well, only 5 to 10 miles per hour. Monday, we break out the sunshine with a high temperature nearing 70 degrees. With Omaha's most accurate weather team on 6 News, Brad Sugden on News Radio 1110 KFAB.
Schrock Innovations presents Nebraska's #1 independent computer repair company with offices in Omaha and Lincoln. This is Compute This.
Good morning, folks, and welcome into Compute This. My name's Thor Schrock. I'm the owner of the Schrock Innovations Computer Company with service centers in Lincoln, Omaha, and Papillion, where we fix your broken computers. We build new computers for you. We can recover data from failed hard drives, flash drives, cameras, security camera systems lately a lot too. Basically, you name it, we can do it over at Schrock if it has something to do with the computer. Even building software and websites, the guys at Schrock Interactive help us out with that as well. 866-496-8772. Those are the numbers to join us on the program today. Of course, if you ask a question or make a comment, we'll put you in the drawing for a $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate. Good for anything your heart desires over at the service centers. Also, we are live on Facebook this morning, facebook.com/Schrock Innovations. If you want to receive an alert when we go live, because we do go live from time to time when it's not Compute This. When there's a really big announcement or something, we'll pop a live stream just to let you know what's going on. If you click like on the Schrock Innovations page, that will get you an alert at the top of your feed when we go live in the future. But you can watch the show live. Now, we are testing out some different things. Those of you who are longtime listeners know that we've had some issues with Facebook just randomly dropping our feeds recently. So basically what we're doing today is I'm streaming it live from my phone, because we're going to see if I can go longer than an hour using the phone. That means there's something to have to do with the live stream on the PC that's causing the issue. If it ends anyway, then we know it has nothing to do with the PC or the feed from the radio station or anything like that. So, diagnostic testing. It's good to have planned testing periods. 866-496-8772. The downside to this, so there's an upside and a downside. The downside is, because it's my phone and it's completely not hooked into the board whatsoever, you won't be able to hear any of the callers when they call in. So, it'll be like that weird thing like when you're at a seminar and somebody in the back asks a question. Yes, that's an excellent question. She's asking, how will I know when to call in 866-496-8772 to ask a question? Well, let me tell you the answer to that. So I'll have to repeat the question a little bit, and I'll try to make it sound not stupid. The good news, though, is I can't turn the microphone off either. So you're going to get the full hour, like the breaks, everything. If you're watching Facebook and you want to see what goes on behind the scenes, facebook.com/Schrock Innovations. All right, so to get some business out of the way first, the Windows 10 Spring Creators Update is not released yet. I've been getting some emails asking, has that been released yet? It has not come out yet. So as a result, we have not told you to go ahead and install anything yet. So don't worry, you didn't miss anything. There's nothing that you need to do right now. Basically, we're just waiting on Microsoft to release that. Now, here's my gut on this. They told us 2 weeks. That was roughly 2 weeks ago. You really, as a software company, you don't want to release big updates and things like that on a weekend. Or right before a weekend. You don't launch the new software Friday at 4 o'clock and then head home for a 3-day weekend. It's not a smart thing to do. So my guess is that we're going to see something on the, and Monday's always a bad day too. Everything happens on Monday. So hence Patch Tuesday, right? So I'm thinking that maybe we'll see it on Tuesday. That's just a complete guess on my part. I have no inside information that tells me that. That is just what I'm hearing, okay? Or what I'm hearing. That's just what I'm thinking, not what I'm hearing. So if it doesn't happen Tuesday, don't freak out. But just keep your eyes open early in the week, and we might be sending you a message. Now, speaking of sending a message, we did send a message. Now, this has been kind of weird with this whole Windows 10 Spring Creators Update. It was going to come out on the 10th, and then it wasn't. So in our planning models, we were over and done with this thing like a while ago. Okay. Now, as a result, we're working toward clearing that schedule a little bit to get back on track, if that makes sense. And one of the things that we have to do, we just have to clear it to get back on track. You've been asking about it. We usually do it in April, but the Ultimate Upgrade Sale is back. This one is really popular. In fact, if you Like the holiday special is the largest dollar volume computer sale we do all year long, easily by a mile and a half. But the ultimate upgrade is the biggest number of units sold in computer sale that we do all year long. And here's how it works. The reason it's so popular is because it's very low cost. We're talking $479. That's actually a little bit less expensive than it was last year. It was $499 last year. So it's a little bit less expensive, so that's good. The computer, the way it works is you just trade in any old, tired, worn out computer. We don't care what the computer's made of. We don't care what kind of computer it is. One year I said, you could trade in anything you want, any computer, we don't care the brand, anything like that. And so we had people trying to send in somebody traded in a Tandy, okay? Somebody traded in a Commodore VIC-20, that was pretty cool. We had one person traded in a VTech computer, like one of those little kid computers, like a VTech computer. So yeah, that was kind of weird. So basically, I'm not sure what we're going to get traded in, but here's the good news: when you do a trade-in from the Ultimate Upgrade, we don't use anything from your old computer in the new computer. So it's not like we're taking the pieces from your VTech child's computer and putting them into the new computer. So basically, you're not getting anything like that. The Ultimate Upgrade is an entirely brand new computer. It is completely new, completely fresh, all new parts. And this year, actually, you have a choice. You can get the laptop or the desktop, which is kind of cool. And it's not complicated. You don't have to trade in a laptop to get a laptop. You don't have to trade in a desktop to get a desktop. You can do any way you want. You can do it either way. So laptop, desktop, it's completely up to you. But you trade in any old, tired, worn-out computer toward the cost of a new modular computer, and we give you a little bit of trade-in value, actually, which is why it's cheaper. So if you look at our computers, the entry-level model for the desktop is the Boundless. It starts at $599. The entry-level laptop is the Resolute, which also starts at $599. So $479, the computers are almost identical. They both come with 4 gigs of RAM. They both have dual-core processors. They are the laptop has a 15.6-inch screen and a DVD drive. Now, one thing I'm going to note for you here: the desktop model does not have a DVD drive. Okay, this is a test. Nobody uses DVD drives anymore, but everyone has an irrational need to have one. Okay. And people have a visceral reaction. They really do. People have a visceral reaction when you say, hey, you don't have a DVD drive anymore. You don't need a DVD drive anymore. And as a result, they're like, but yes, I do. I really need that. What if I want to burn a disc someday? Have you ever burnt a disc in your life? No, but what if I want to? Then you can get an external DVD drive and burn a disc that way. Prumph. So basically, if you're going to burn discs and DVDs, you can always add it. That's the beauty of a modular computer. We can add stuff to it. But here's the real beauty of this thing. For $479, you're going to get into a modular computer that will be able to grow with your family over time. So let's say, for example, you got the $479 computer, and then at the end of the year you said, oh, darn, I wish I would have bought the holiday special. Yeah, I know it's like 3 times the cost, but I wish I would have waited for it. We can turn the Ultimate Upgrade into the holiday special easily. So yeah, it's a really, really good sale, guys. So you can check it out. It's live on our website right now at SchrockInnovations.com. If you click on the specials page, if you click on specials, it'll be right up there on the specials tab. You click specials, the drop down, and it'll show you all you click on shop and then specials. The drop down is the shop button. And then you'll see all the computers and everything in there. So you can get it all taken care of in there. You can take a look at the laptop. You can take a look at the desktop. By the way, if you're looking for a really good printer, we've marked it way down because I'm just tired of looking at it. We have a really nice Canon printer. It was the last of its kind. A customer bought it and took it home. He thought it was a color printer, but it's a black and white. It's a monochrome laser printer. And so he brought it back. And so now we have like an open box printer that has like it works fine. It's just open, and he printed like one page and he's like, wait, it's not color. And then he brought it back. So if you're looking for a really good deal on a business grade, inkjet laser printer, gosh, I don't have a new baby at home at all. My brain isn't firing right. Not an inkjet laser printer. If you have a monochrome laser printer, because if it's a laser printer, it uses toner. If it's an inkjet printer, it uses those little ink cartridges like you use at home. by definition, you cannot have an inkjet laser printer. It doesn't work that way. But you can have a monochrome laser printer that uses black toner cartridges. But you can pick that up on the website right now for $50. There's only one. It's just one. It's actually in stock in the Omaha Service Center if you wanted to pick it up today. We're open Saturdays from 10 to 8, Sundays from noon to 5. 866-496-8772. All right, so with that, we're going to talk more about modular computers and Ultimate Upgrade as the show goes on, because I think our Facebook feed, like, hiccuverped there in the middle, which is like a really nasty burp. That's a hiccuverp. It's like a hiccup and a burp together. It's not good. And something went down and went up, and it popped up and said, "You want to go live again?" So I said, "Sure, why not?" And now it seems to be continuing. But at any rate, we do have some really interesting tech stories to go over today. So there's this story that says the cybercrime economy has now become kind of a mirror image of contemporary capitalism, says a paper. Wow. The cybercrime economy, that means like ransomware, like give me your money or I'm going to blow up your stuff, has now become a mirror image of contemporary capitalism. Interesting. There's so much going on in the world in the news right now. Unless your beliefs are rooted in rock solid concrete, you can read stuff like this and it can pull you all different kinds of directions. AT&T, remember we talked about 5G, guys? AT&T, their AT&T foundational technology is now live in 141 markets. Not Omaha. All right. Apple's iPad, they got a new iPad out. We're going to talk a little bit about that. You may have gotten an update from AdBlock Plus. AdBlock Plus also got a huge gimme from a German courthouse. So that was a good one. We're going to talk about that. Also, Google, this is funny, Google has a thing called Project Zero, where if there's a bug in software, it will, they're going to tell everybody about it. And they give you 90 days to patch it. And if you don't patch it in 90 days, they release it anyway. Okay? They have one on Windows 10, and Microsoft didn't fix it in 90 days, so now they're going to release it anyway. Oops. So that's going to be interesting to see how many people's computers get hacked because Google released that. How about tattoos? How many of you guys have tattoos out there? What if your kids came to you and said, "Mommy, I want a tattoo," and you're like, "No, you can't have a tattoo." "But Mommy, I want a tattoo like Daddy has." "No, you can't have a tattoo." What if there was like a medically good tattoo that did good things, and then the conversation could be, "Mommy, I want to have a tattoo that will tell me instantly if I have cancer. Is that okay?" If I say no, I'm kind of voting for cancer. That's not good. If I say yes, say what now? A tattoo that what? Do you just go down to Jim Bob's tattoo parlor and he uses the cancer ink? And how does this work? No, this is a real thing. These are medical tattoos, and they can actually tell you the tattoo is invisible unless you're sick. So if you suddenly start seeing your tat, you know something's going down. So we're going to talk about that on the show as well. Also, speaking of cell phones, there's a whole. You may have heard that there's a little bit of a tit for tat, if you will, going on back and forth between China and America. Something about trade and, access to tanning salon. I don't know. But anyway, the whole thing, there's a cell phone company in China called ZTE. ZTE makes ridiculously cheap phones. Like phones that could hang with the iPhone X and the Samsung Galaxy S9, but for a third of the price. Yeah, and they want to sell those phones in America. Now, see, it's kind of funny because we're all mad at China because China will not give us access to their market. And when Microsoft or Amazon wants to do business in China, they have to give the Chinese government the keys to the kingdom so that the Chinese government can creep into the data and see what everybody's doing because they're communists and that's what they do. We don't let ZTE into America because if we let a communist Chinese telecom company control, because everyone and their dog would buy these super cheap ZTE phones because they're cheap. And then China would have access to all the data that Google and Facebook have access to. I can't see anything going wrong there whatsoever. But people would sell all their personal information to save $600 on a top tier iPhone. They would, right? There are people selling their kidneys for an iPhone. No joke, that really happens. So, wow. It's interesting. It's really interesting because the older I get, the more I look at stuff and I'm just like, there's it's never what they say it is. You know, it's like they're always on TV and they're like, oh yeah, we're America first. It's not about that. This is about control of information and control of technology and control of population through digital means. And are we going to let China have all the information on Americans? I think we can all agree that we don't want China creeping all up in our stuff, right? I wouldn't buy the Chinese phone, but some people would buy the Chinese phone. That means all of a sudden China's going to be on cell towers all over America. And if China's on cell towers all over America, and that means we got to let them into the network. And if we let China into the network, I mean, guy, if you give a mouse a cookie, right? I mean, come on. He's going to want some, you know, or it's a pancake. If you give a mouse a pancake, he's going to want some syrup to go with it, right? And then once you give him the syrup, he's going to want some sprinkles. And then you see, if you've read that children's book, you know how it ends up. So it always comes full circle back again to the beginning, and you're no better off for it. So we're going to talk a little bit about this today as well. What do you guys think about this? I'd love to hear your calls, 866-496-8772. What's the deal? Should America ban foreign companies from selling their products in American markets while we complain at the same time that we can't sell our products in their markets because of their government blocking them? It's kind of an interesting predicament. 866-496-8772. Let's jump into the phones here. Bonnie, welcome to the program. How can I help you today on Compute This? Yes. Gotcha. Gotcha.
This, can I get your name, please?
Yeah, those are actually Microsoft announcements, basically, notifications. Most of them are from Microsoft. Secure Updater will pop some as well. Now, we have had an issue in the last week with Java installations and Secure Updater. It's a thing that the Secure Updater team knows about. So it is possible your Java could be one revision back right now. Do you have Secure Updater? Okay, so it is possible because Secure Updater is downloading the new Java and it's actually extracting the new Java and it's uninstalling the old Java from your computer and then attempting to install the new Java. It's reporting that the new Java is installed successfully when in fact it's not installed, and then basically the next time you check for updates it just tries to do it again. So the good news is there's no vulnerability because it's literally uninstalling the old Java from your computer, so that's good. The bad news is our team is trying to figure out what's going on because everything in the log files says that the new Java should be installed properly. So we're working on tracking that down. We're hoping to have that nailed down on Monday. We found that bug on Friday afternoon. So that's the reason you're getting those alerts down in the lower right-hand corner. You can go ahead and install the new version of Java if you'd like. It's not going to hurt anything. We checked because we wanted to make sure we didn't need to send an alert to all of our users that, hey, there's an issue, you need to manually update your Java. And the update was for a non-critical bug. It was not a security vulnerability that caused this update. So there's no huge, it's just it's a performance update. So there's no huge reason to do it, but if you want to do it, it's perfectly safe. Yes, it will. Once we get this little bug worked out it's Java and iTunes that are both having an issue, and we're going to get that worked out. Hey, no sweat. This is what we do. Alrighty. 866-496-8772. We're going to take a quick break during the show, my goodness. We're going to take a quick break, okay? Because obviously Thor needs a break because he can't talk in a straight line properly. But when we come back from the break, Andrew is holding on the line and he wants to buy the printer. So Andrew should go to SchrockInnovations.com, click on Shop, click on Specials, and buy the printer before somebody else does because it's going to get sold before we open. But in the meantime, Andrew, I will talk to you on air coming up next on Compute This. All right, we are getting some reports via Facebook. Thank you for that, guys, that the phone number is not working this morning. So can I dial out from this phone? Because I would do it from my cell phone normally, but you're kind of watching on my cell phone.
No, go ahead and dial.
All right. Dialing out. Ooh, it is down. Okay.
Solid-state laptops are built using the same frame and mainboards as regular laptops, but we've removed half of the moving parts while more.
Great. All right. So apparently, Spectrum is having an issue with the 800 number. So the 800 number is not coming through. So this is a great predicament, guys, because if I drop the KFAB numbers, which we could totally do and they work fine, you can call in on KFAB. If I drop the KFAB numbers, 402-558-1110, 800-543-1110. When this show airs on other radio stations, they won't appreciate me, especially the ones in Nebraska, dropping the KFAB phone numbers on their air. So that's going to be really fun. So we're just going to, this is how radio works. We're just going to keep dropping the phone numbers that I know don't work, because I'll have it fixed by next week, and when everyone else hears the show, the numbers will work fine. Oh, thanks for the heads up on that. I appreciate it. Frustration. All right, frustration.
Just a comment. You look much taller through the phone.
Yeah, I do. I'm manly man, except my shirt's backwards. The cell phone camera is not smart enough to flip the word images, whereas the Logitech cam on the laptop will. It'll flip the image around so everything looks normal. It mirrors it properly. Oh, let's see here. Forget about it. I never heard that before.
There are two products that trade the crown for best antivirus software. Schrock recommends Symantec products like Endpoint, but the Russian-made Kaspersky antivirus program also does an outstanding job. This pro tip brought to you by Schrock Innovations Computer Company.
All right, here we go, guys. Alrighty, folks, welcome back into Compute This. My name is Thor Schrock. I am the owner of the Schrock Innovations Computer Company. That's why I am here at 866-496-8772, where you are guaranteed to get through to me. The first two callers to 866-496-8772 will get through to me and talk to me live on the air. If you're not one of the first two callers, you'll get a rapid busy signal. The cue to call. Yeah, we're going to give the third caller... No. Oh golly, folks! It's inside stuff. If you were here if you were on Facebook, you would know what's going on because you would have heard the whole thing during the break. But otherwise, unfortunately, you just gotta enjoy the program and enjoy it and laugh with us and not know why you're laughing. 866-496-8772. Andrew's next up on the program. Welcome to the show, Andrew. How can I help you on Compute This?
Okay, Kevin. Sorry about that. Can we get your phone number, please?
Yes.
And Kevin, what did you want to
Okay. Well, I'm checking the website now since your inkjet printer's acting up on you. I went to SchrockInnovations.com and I went to shop, and then I clicked on specials, and it popped up right there for me. The Canon Image Class MF216N all-in-one printer. Yippee skippy. $49.99. Normally priced $179.99. So it's a huge deal. But it is still available. It has not been sold at this point, so you can grab it at SchrockInnovations.com. When we open today, if it's still available, you can always call. It's actually physically located at the Omaha Service Center. We can transfer it to any service center you want to pick it up at, though.
Hi there. Can I get your name? Mike. What's your phone number?
Gotcha. So on Saturday we're open from 10 to 8, and Sundays we're open from noon to 5. So like I said, once you're done with soccer practice, we probably won't be open yet. So like if you can pop on from your phone there and buy it, I would hate to have you drive all the way out to the shop and then find out that somebody else had already purchased the printer and it wasn't there anymore. You know what I mean? Whereas if you buy it online, we'll hold it for you because it's yours. But whichever way works best for you. All right, thank you. Have a great afternoon. All right, 866-496-8772. Those are the numbers to join us on the program. And, of course, you can ask a question or make a comment, and we'll put you in a drawing for a $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate. We need to drop that line there. There you go. Bam. All right. So real quick here, we have a couple minutes before we go into break at the bottom of the hour. If you missed the top of the hour or Facebook was hiccuping on you, the Ultimate Upgrade Sale is going on at Schrock right now. Now, Christine is new in Lincoln. Bless her heart. She is new, and she's good at what she does. And she is good at letting me know when my customers are frustrated about something. And so we went to if you go to the website, if you go to SchrockInnovations.com, go to Shop and Specials, you'll see the Ultimate Upgrade Special desktop and laptop are both there for $479. And it tells you how many we have in stock, right? The way we do things at Schrock, everything is custom built. So, for example, if you came in and said, Thor, I want the ultimate upgrade laptop, but I want a 500 gig solid state with it, we can do that. If you said, Thor, I want the ultimate upgrade laptop, and I want to increase the memory, that particular laptop is locked in at 4 gigs of RAM. You cannot increase the memory. So we need to put you into a different laptop. We still give you the same trade-in value for your computer, but you don't want that computer. You want this computer that has upgradable memory. So everything that we do at Schrock is designed to be customized. And so we don't have a pile of laptops sitting here all rigged up, ready to go out the door. We'll hand you one. Here you go. And sometimes I wish we did. And we've talked about that at Schrock, that sometimes we need to have in-stock stuff because we do lose sales because customers come in, they need something today. We don't have it today. Christine will always call me and say, Thor, can I sell the display model? And I don't like selling display models because we just have to order another one. And then the next guy that comes in can't look at the thing because the display model's gone. But if a customer needs it, what are we there for if not to make the customers happy? Well, Christine tells me that some customers were upset because they thought from the email we sent, when we say we have 25 in stock, they thought they were there and ready to pick up. They are not sitting in the service center like that printer waiting to be picked up. We have to build them for you. Now, here's the thing. There's a limitation on each model this year, and this is important for you to know. On the desktop model, there is no DVD drive in the desktop model. Now, the picture on the website has an optional DVD drive depicted, but if you read the specifications, there is no DVD drive in this model. The reason for that is you don't use DVD drives anymore. Very few of you actually do. You don't watch movies on your computer anymore. You don't even watch DVDs anymore. You watch them on your TV, right? I mean, you don't sit in front of your computer like, I'm going to sit in my office chair. Oh, this chair. Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me adjust the lumbar support. Get the height. Oh, there we go. Ooh, that's a little better. All right, my armrests up. My can cozy. I am ready to watch Star Trek. You know, you're not doing that. You're sitting on the couch and watching it on your TV. So why are we making you pay for a DVD drive if you don't want a DVD drive, or if you're not going to use it, right? So we took it out of the base model, so you don't have to pay for it if you don't want it. However, if you do want it, we can add it back. On the laptop side, the laptops are locked in at 4 gigs of RAM. It's baked into the board. We can change out the hard drive, but we can't change out the memory. If you want more than 4 gigs of RAM, or you think you will ever want more than 4 gigs of RAM, we need to bump you up to the Intrepid model. We still give you the same discount. We just need to bump you into a different model. All those variables makes it very difficult for us to have ready-built stock on hand to just hand you. Because what inevitably will happen is somebody will get a tower, get it home, open up the tray to install their Microsoft Office and realize they don't have a DVD drive and get upset about it. Well, you didn't tell us you wanted a DVD drive. You didn't tell me it didn't come with a DVD drive. I didn't tell you it didn't come with a floppy drive either, but, it doesn't. It doesn't come with a zip drive or a 5 1/4 inch floppy. It certainly doesn't have a tape drive in it either. But, all these other antiquated technologies that no one uses anymore, it doesn't come with any of them. It doesn't come with a joystick, batteries not included, etc., etc. So we want to make sure we build things that you want, that are right for you, so we custom build them for you. Now, I can tell you that I've got the parts coming for these. They're already en route to the shops, because certain parts are base parts. The cases, obviously, are base parts. The motherboards, base parts. The processors, base parts, right? The laptops, base parts. So here's the thing. Where I'm going with this is we say on the website, we started with 25 of each model. Right now, I have 16 desktops left. And on the laptop side, I'm opening it right now, we have 14 laptops left. So we have 16 and 14 out of the original 50. Why did we limit it to 50? Well, because we don't make any money selling these, really. So everybody wants the Ultimate Upgrade Sale. It's very popular. We want to do it. We're going to go ahead and do it, but we're limiting it to 50 this year. So if you want to take advantage of one of these deals, you have a tax refund, whatever, coming in, you decide it's time for a new laptop, maybe the kids need a new laptop or desktop, you can jump over to SchrockInnovations.com. You can purchase it right on the website. You can configure it right on the website. You can add security software or remove it from the computer, depending what you want to do, right on the website. Or you can always come into the service centers. We're open from 10 until 8 on Saturday and Sunday from noon to 5. We have staff there that will help you out and get one configured just for you so that you can get the computer that's exactly right for your family. 866-496-8772. Got to take a quick break. Kevin and Mike, your calls coming up next on Compute This. Oh, drinky drink time. I'm tired. I was feeling good this morning at 5:40. I don't know what was wrong with me.
External hard
time
drives
does
are
that.
handy.
Oh, no. Brain's clicking a little bit. I'm going to try this phone number again. I'm going to try to call myself again.
Computer users have been buying the same old external hard drives for years. While our computers have been getting faster, we still do backups that take hours or watch.
All right, it's ringing this time.
Creep by to move files. Schrock wanted more
Compute
from our
this, is this
customers.
Thor?
Yeah, I have a question for Thor.
I totally don't recognize you.
I'm gonna just ask the question right now because you're totally not Thor, and I know that, but I'm gonna. My computer has a problem, and I'm gonna go see my dog. You know, he likes to chew. And
Do you want to give me your phone number for the drawing?
Why do you need my phone number?
For the drawing.
Wait, what drawing? What are you talking about?
For the gift
Oh.
certificate.
Oh, my phone number is PARANOID. It's a fake number, but I won't tell you that.
Okay.
Oh, that's dead air. We better get going. The phones work.
Compute this. Can I get your name, please?
That's how half the calls go. Actually, poor Dennis, he gets the calls. They won't. We draw winners at the end of the show, and we go to give them their prize, and they give us a fake phone number, and we're like, really? You know, we were gonna give you $25, and you give me a fake phone number. And this cord is in the way. There we go. And well, I guess who really gives somebody $25? That never happens. Oh boy. All right, let's see here. I'm not seeing comments on my PC-based feed, but I am seeing them here, and apparently it's decided to fritz again now. Is it this cord in the way? Is the board audio giving me garbage? Lost our live feed again.
This program is brought to you by Schrock Innovations Computer Company.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. A shooting overnight at a Nashville Waffle House has left 4 dead, several
The
more.
National Waffle House? We have a National Waffle House?
Easy to spot. You see this individual,
Is it in Washington, D.C.?
walking around this morning.
The Jefferson Waffle House?
The original.
I shouldn't make fun. I'm not trying to belittle a mass shooting event.
I mean, Waffle House and your International House of Pancakes.
Yeah, the National Waffle House, the International House of Pancakes. It could be conspiracy. The United Nations of Breakfast.
Your local coffee house.
Oh, see, this is the stuff we can't put on the air because I'd get in so much trouble. I was reading an article before we went on the air, and it was like some kids holding up signs like NRA is bad, blood money, that kind of thing. And it said every amendment needs what was it? Every amendment needs moderation or something. Basically, every amendment in the Constitution should be limited. Then it's like, you realize you're using an amendment to tell me that? And how badly I want to limit you right now. I'd love to limit you. Oh, I was looking at a sweet piece on WilsonCombatArms.com yesterday. It was one of those like fantasy guns that I'm never going to buy because I'm not going to drop $3,000 on a handgun. But I was like, that's a beautiful weapon. If I was like a special ops guy or something, that's what I would buy. Alrighty, guys, welcome back into Compute This. My name's Thor Schrock. I'm the owner of the Schrock Innovations Computer Company. Service centers, Lincoln, Omaha, Papillion. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/Schrock Innovations. We don't tweet much. I think we have a Twitter account, but I don't think we put anything on it. And we need to get like a social media maven that can do all the Insta. That's what the kids call it these days. We need to get on Insta, and we need to. I don't know. Like Instagram. And, we need to be on Pinterest. I don't understand Pinterest. I'm like, so do you put like something on there you want people to click on to go to your website? They're like, no, you just want the idea there so they can see it's a visual search engine. I'm like, I use all search engines with my eyes, and my wife is just like, you're the computer guy. Oh my gosh. I'm like, but Google has an image search. She's like, I can find things faster on Pinterest. Then we have little races. Like she's looking for something, and I'm banging on Google, and she's on Pinterest, and see who can get there first. This is what you have to look forward to when you live in a technology family. Lucas, this is what you have to look forward to when you grow up. 866-496-8772. Kevin's next up on the line. Kevin is getting blue screened. Kevin, I hope your computer's doing that. I mean, What's going on today? Okay. A driver power stroke failure? That sounds like something that happens in like a Chevy truck. I got a blue screen with a driver power stroke error. So no, basically the bug the blocking bug that was in that caused the whole delay for the Windows update has absolutely nothing to do with blue screens or anything like that. It's something that you're not going to be impacted by. So this is I can pretty certainly say this is not related to the bug that was in that if you installed the initially released Windows update that came out for the Spring Creators update. With that said, when the new one comes out next week, probably, it's going to basically install a whole new version of Windows all over again. So if there's an issue with this version of Windows, it will, by necessity, be removed when the new version is installed instead. So basically, if it's only happening when you shut down the computer, if it only hurts when you do that, then in the sage advice of many, many doctors who have come years before me, don't do that. So I just wouldn't shut the computer off, honestly. I never shut mine down anyway.
The reason I was shutting it down was when I initially start to print something, I get a error from the printer.
Oh, golly.
And I restart the computer to
And then you get a power stroke failure. Golly. I
I was also having issues with my Wi-Fi. I would suddenly lose Wi-Fi. I'm like Wi-Fi here.
My wife loses her Wi-Fi all the time, too. She's like, the internet in this house is garbage, and I keep buying new routers because we need a new router. And I never have trouble with the internet. And then it happens to me like one time on the TV. She's like, see, that's what happens. And I'm like, oh. So yeah, but I've never had the dreaded power stroke failure. That's never had that one. But the good news is if it goes away during the next update, great. If it doesn't, obviously if you want us to look at it, you're covered under the warranty from when you did the update. But it seems silly for me to have you bring it in and do all that so we can look at it when we're just gonna like unfix it in a week. You know what I mean? All right, sounds good, Kevin. Thanks for the call today. We did get you in the drawing, however, for a $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate. That's good for anything your heart desires over in the Service Center. A couple questions on Facebook, and I apologize, I'm not wearing my peeps, so I'm trying to read this text from across the room here. But I think Thomas is asking me how long does it take to get an Ultimate upgrade if you walk into the store and order one. The guys in the store and the gals in the store are going to tell you 14 business days. That is about 3 weeks, and that's the company line, if you will. It will be faster than that. I can promise you that. We already have parts coming for a lot of the laptops and desktop models already. So it's going to be quicker than 14 business days. But they tell you 14 business days because we would rather have you expect it to take 3 weeks and then surprise you with a faster turnaround. And the other thing is, by necessity, the Ultimate upgrade, you're replacing a computer you have. You're trading in an old, outdated computer for a new computer. So you have a computer already. It's not like you're dead in the water. And you don't have to bring in your computer, by the way, until you come in to pick up the new computer. So you don't give us your computer first. You just hang on to it. Unless you want to. We don't really care. If you want to bring it in, if it's just taking up room in the garage and you're just trying to get rid of it and you're going to use it as a trade-in, get some money out of it, heck, it's more than you'd get on Craigslist, that's for sure. You can bring it in and trade it in. Otherwise, you just hang on to it until you're ready to do the trade-in, because some people want to do a data transfer where we move everything from the old computer to the new computer. We can do that. And so if you need a data transfer, stuff like that, we want you to hold on to your computer until you're ready to pick up the new one, and then we can do the data transfer and get you the new computer. So great question there. 866-496-8772. Before we go to break here, ransomware, stolen data or malware. How do crooks really make their money online? This article is hilarious. This is the headline at all. The cybercriminal economy has hit global revenues of $1.5 trillion a year. I love how they obviously submit to government metrics to get these numbers. I mean, so, Mr. Cybercrime Boss. Yes, my name is Vladimir, Well, how much money did you make last year? $1.5 trillion. Oh, yeah, right. A 9-month investigation into cybercriminal activity warns that actions by criminals on the dark web and beyond. Ooh, beyond the dark web? That sounds like a movie title. The dark web and beyond should be classed as an economy in its own right in order for the vast web of activity and actors to be to account for the vast web of activity and actors involved. The metaphor of cybercrime as a business is no longer adequate to capture its complexities. This sounds like something like a professor would say. Says the Into the Web of Profit report, commissioned by, no joke, Bromium. Bromium? It sounds like a weightlifting supplement. You want to be tough, you get on Bromium. And conducted by the University of Surrey, who also happens to fund Bromium. The most appropriate metaphor is an economy, not a business. The thing that got my attention on this one is this university is attempting to say that this criminal enterprise of ransomware, what infects our computers, where people steal our information or misuse the information that's been given to them, is the same thing as a regular capitalist economy. Okay, so we have two kinds of economies in life, basically. We have capitalism and then we have socialism. And America is not a capitalist economy anymore. We haven't been for almost 100 years. We are like a soft capitalism. Or a very light socialism, however you look at it. China is no longer a completely socialist economy anymore. They are like a heavy socialist, light capitalist economy now. They introduced capitalist reforms to invigorate their economy, especially in the farming sector, years ago. And it worked incredibly well for them, as we can see now, because, ZTE, they're making phones super cheap, man. So cheap that we can't... The phones America doesn't want you to see, You can't get them in America because, they're banned. But how dare you ban our products? So yeah, it's an interesting thing. At what point... what is this university trying to say with this article? That it's a microcosm of contemporary capitalism. Well, then is the whole Facebook data breach like contemporary socialism, where this data belongs to us, it's not yours, and we can do whatever we want with it. And if you say anything about it, we'll just ban you. We'll erase you. It's like, is that just a microcosm for I don't know. 866-496-8772. Going to take our final break of the show. When we come back, though, I want to jump on the ZTE thing because I want to hear what you have to say about it. I want to know what you think. Chinese vendor describes U.S. export ban as unacceptable, adding that it has invested significant efforts since April of 2016 to ensure compliance with export laws and, if necessary, will seek judicial recourse to protect its interests. ZTE lashes out at U.S. ban. We're going to talk about what's going on there, tell you about the company ZTE and why the United States has an issue having ZTE in country, and how that looks toward, if you flip it the other way and look at it from the Chinese perspective as well, coming up next on Compute This. Do we actually have somebody on hold?
Stephanie, you want me to tell her?
Oh, no, I didn't realize that for some reason my screen here only gives me that I don't have it spread out to give me more than the top 3 callers. So I didn't see that she was chilling out.
Stephanie, you hold on, they'll be getting to you next, okay?
Thank you. ZTE established a compliance committee.
So that whole the picture on the phone going like, so
yeah,
that function of the
camera is trying to, it's not sure to focus on the microphone or to focus on me or the wall behind me. So if I put the microphone over here, yeah, then it won't pulsate like that, but then no one can hear me. So then it's like
little details.
Maybe if I get my face right here. Oh, there's it just did it. It was like a heartbeat. Like I'm getting closer.
But if you are ever caught in a data loss nightmare, call
yeah. I just killed it. It says attempting to go live again, and then it pulsated. It's been doing that a little bit, but I think it keeps recording while it's pulsating, and then it goes live again, and then it drops and it goes live. It should be on the Wi-Fi in here, I think.
There seems to be quite a delay.
Oh, we're not on the Wi-Fi in here. We're not on the Wi-Fi in here for some reason. I was able to pause it for that, but no, we're having issues because it's not on the Wi-Fi. We're streaming completely over LTE. So if we had access to AT&T's super fast 5G network, this would not be an issue. However, we do not have access to AT&T's super fast 5G network. Therefore, it's an issue. Power stroke failure. Oh boy. All right, guys. Welcome back into Compute This, final segment of the program today. All right, so ZTE, a phone maker in China. ZTE says that it's worked with independent officials designated by the United States government to monitor ZTE's implementation of agreements with the U.S. government. Last year alone, it invested more than $50 million in its export control compliance efforts and planned to invest more resources this year. Despite these initiatives, the U.S. Bureau of Industry Security, what the heck is that? I've never heard of that. The U.S. Bureau of Industry Security. That sounds Orwellian. Earlier this week had triggered the suspended denial order from banning ZTE so there was a denial order that was suspended and they triggered it now, so it's no longer suspended. So now it's just a regular denial order. That's what I'm getting from this. They banned ZTE from purchasing components and software from U.S. manufacturers for 7 years. So here's the deal. If you want to put chips in your phone that are made by Intel or your tablets, you can't do that now. Or AMD. You can't do that now. The export ban came after the Chinese vendor was alleged to have made false statements and paid bonuses to employees involved in the sale of telecommunications equipment. So this story is even more interesting than I first thought, because at first when I read it, I thought we were banning the sale of ZTE phones in America. But what this is saying is we are actually banning China from buying the parts to make phones with American-made parts. No, you can't buy our stuff. That'll teach you. Wait a minute. I thought the whole point of this was to get them to buy our stuff. So basically, the concern here is that in China, when let's say, for example, we want to put Intel chips in these Chinese products. When we put those chips in Chinese products, what ends up happening is the products get the government of China requires in-depth information on how these chips and products work, like source code level information, to ensure that there's no illicit spying or anything going on. Also to ensure that they have the ability to put their own hooks into the system to make it do what they want it to do, right? So as far as the Great Firewall and monitoring and everything. So what ends up happening is China gets the blueprints and they say, well, wow, why are we buying the American stuff anymore? We have the blueprints. Why don't we just make it? We're really good at making stuff. And so they did. Do you know China has a stealth fighter now? Do you really think that they domestically developed their own stealth technology? Same thing with Russia. Did Russia develop their own stealth technology? Heck, Iran has a stealth drone now. Do you think that they developed their own stealth technology? No, remember way back when they got a drone stolen? You remember that? When they confused one of our drones with a GPS spoofer and got it to land in Iran? And then they captured it, right? Do you remember when we got Osama bin Laden? We had a stealth Black Hawk helicopter. No one even knew we had those. They were like the black helicopters, but they were quiet, and you couldn't hear them until they were right on top of you. Well, after one crash there, Pakistan gave China access to that wreckage before they gave it back to us, because they were a little upset with us for taking Osama without tipping him off first, so they could tip him off. So in this case, the United States is saying, China, if you're going to continue to do this and require our companies to give proprietary intellectual property to you as a government that then somehow gets forwarded to industries in China, we are not going to sell our products in China anymore. You can't have our high-tech stuff if that's the case. And your consumers can't have our high-tech stuff if that's the case. And China will get left behind. And China's response to this is, fine, be that way. We're going to develop our own semiconductor industry. And so honestly, it's kind of interesting, because if China develops their own chips, if they build their own version of Intel, basically, that's going to create so much competition in the chip market that we're actually going to get much faster computers a lot sooner. I mean, it's really going to be pretty cool, because China's going to throw a lot of R&D at it because it's in their national security interest to do so. So it's a pretty interesting spread there. So that's good stuff. 866-496-8772. Stephanie, thanks for hanging on the line there. How can I help you today on Compute This?
Okay.
Yes, and we spent considerable time this last week because I have the same problem on my computer, but nobody else has that problem. That's a you and me problem. No one else has that problem. And you know, yeah, well, thank you very much. That was very kind. Just put a little tick next to her name for the drawing. She gets 2 entries. No, I'm just kidding, Stephanie. No, but basically the reason that it was happening on my computer was obviously as we developed Secure Updater over time, I was using the beta products, the ones that were made that weren't quite perfect yet, and so I had that installed on my computer, and as a result, I was like, it didn't even tell me that iTunes needed to be updated. Like, it wasn't even in the list. It wasn't even detecting it. And so then I uninstalled the older version of Secure Updater and installed the new version, like the current version from the web, and all of a sudden everything started working again. So I think, have we done that solution for you? Have we reinstalled Secure Updater for you yet? Mm-hmm. Right, he got the updates done. Gotcha. Okay, so we patched you but didn't fix you. All right, so here's what we need to do. We need to uninstall the version of Secure Updater that's installed on your computer and then download the current version from the internet and install it. We found in one of our service centers that there was on our server, when we had the beta together, one of the beta versions was left on the server in a weird location. So it's possible that a technician may have accidentally installed a beta version on your computer. We fixed that. We've checked it. We don't see anybody else that has this version installed. Just you and me. Now I don't anymore, so now it's just you. And I really don't want you to hang out by yourself because you sound like a really nice woman. So I want you to come around and hang out with other people who like you. So what we want to do is, if you can do it yourself if you want, or you can call in and we're happy to do it over the Schrock desk for you. We just need to uninstall that version of Secure Updater that you have installed and then download and install the new version. All right, sounds like a plan. Thank you, Stephanie. 866, no problem. 866-496-8772. You may have noticed this week, if you're using AdBlock Plus, that you got a pop-up on your screen telling you, hey, you got a big old update for AdBlock, which is great. AdBlock had other good news. AdBlock Plus, okay, why would you want to block advertisements on your websites? Number one, I have AdBlock Plus installed on my phone browser. That's why I use Firefox on my phone or Chrome on my phone. I can install AdBlock Plus as an add-on, and then when I'm on the internet, when I'm using cellular connections, I don't have to download all the ads, which makes my connection faster, a lot faster. So that's really cool. Now on my computer, there are some websites that I read that, my goodness, it's like an explosion of advertisements on the page. There are so many ads, it's hard to find the content on the page. And that's where ads become distracting. And that's one of the reasons why ad blockers have become so prevalent. I have AdBlock Plus installed because I want to be able to actually read the websites that I go to. I want to be able to actually have information on the websites that tell me, hey, this is what you can what you can do. And you can read this, and this is the story, and this isn't an ad, this is the actual story. Well, the ad blockers are coming under scrutiny because basically if there are no advertisements on the web, how do newspapers and radio stations and other places that create content that they give away for free, how else can they monetize that content? How can you pay your journalists to create new content when you can't sell ads or the ads that you're selling aren't getting viewed by people? And it's estimated that almost 20% of the people on the internet have an ad blocker installed now. So it's not a small number of just super tech heads that do this.